Pickaxe.
Oh, the car from Carvana's here. Well, will you look at that? It's exactly what I ordered. Like, precisely. It would be crazy if there were any catches. But there aren't, right?
Right. Because that's how car buying should be. With Carvana, you get the car you want. Choose delivery or pickup, and a week to love it or return it.
Buy your car today with
Carvana. Delivery or pickup fees may apply. Limitations and exclusions may apply. See our 7-day return policy at Carvana.com.
Aldin. You wind your way through natural caverns, deeper and deeper into the earth, the only light keeping utter darkness at bay, a torch in the hand of the purple-clad soldier leading you. Not far now, he says. The way isn't clear. The shattered stone and shifting sands below wouldn't have posed much challenge a week ago, but now, 2 fingers bitten from your left hand, ribs broken and bound, stitches curving up and down your arms, it's a challenge to keep from falling. As you pass a shadowy crevice, you spot human remains. The bones have been stripped of flesh, but they look fresh, recent. Then suddenly, the soldier plunges his torch into the sand below. Darkness overwhelms you for a second, but as your eyes adjust, a soft glow. Purple, so faint you think you might be imagining it, till you move forward and starts to get stronger and stronger. The caverns open up. Above you hangs a gigantic rock, like a dull sun, emanating purple light. Below, at the junction of a dozen tunnels, stand high walls, watchtowers, and stone buildings. Camp Indigo, the foremost outpost of humanity in the Starfields. Between you and the settlement strides a figure, a smile upon her face as she sees you arrive. She wears a purple cloak with seemingly infinite layers. It ripples in shades of purple as she approaches. On her back sits an axe, seemingly too big for one person to hold, but she walks with ease. You know who she is. You've read about her, dreamed about the day she'd stand before you and welcome you to her realm. Violet Heiko, the iridescent of the amethyst world. Aldin Rhys, she sticks out a hand. It's an honor to finally meet you. I've heard... You feel a chain hook around your spine. A half second to think before you're pulled back, violently, and suddenly you're there again. That damn tavern. You sit at a crooked bar, once again, prying a splinter out of your forearm. A scene you've lived through dozens of times plays out around you. Someone throws a tankard against the wall in anger, that dull clunk seared into your brain. You bastard, screams the man that nearly hit. They collide, spilling over a table as a bottle smashes. The shing of a drawn blade, the laughter of a nearby table. The clink as the man beside you throws down some coins on the bar and says, "Well, I'm out." You've heard it all before, a sickening amount of times. The barkeeper comes over, sweeps the silver into her hand and looks at you. What is it that she always says?
She says, "Stop doing that at the bar, it's gross." Because I'm like picking at this like stupid splinter that's in my forearm.
But this time she doesn't say that. She's looking past you as she whistles low under her breath and goes, "Who invited him? Bechamel, how do you look as you walk into this tavern?"
In walks, in a full plaid of knight's armor. At this point, like his face, obviously he's a big frame, so he's like 6'2", 6'3". He's able to wear this armor, but it seems like it's heavier on him than it should be for a man who is wearing it. His face is sort of a little bit gaunt on the cheeks. He's got some acne a little bit. His hair is just sort of like greasy and blonde. He looks a little bit uncomfortable being here, like he's in someone else's skin. But he's got this massive sword on his back. It's probably 5 to 6 feet long. It's got jewels on the hilt. Like, it's gaudy. It looks like a piece of costume jewelry. Its hilt is massive with a single emerald with the number 17 in it on the hilt. And he just sort of awkwardly shuffles in.
Yeah, there's a bar fight erupting to your right. People to your left are like laughing, placing bets on the outcome. There's one bar seat beside a man. And what does that man look like, Aldin?
He is a thin man, very lithe, very wiry. He's not that tall. He's probably like 5'8", 5'9". He's got a greasy, slick back brown hair. Not greasy in the sense that it's like it's dirty. It's like gelled. Like it's
Oiled.
almost like, yeah, like you can see that like it's almost shiny with the amount of like product that's placed in it. He's got a really neat kept beard that kind of comes down to a point at the chin. He's got a number of earrings on the left hand side. Then he's got a sort of like just jeweled stud in the lobe of the right. He's got a fair amount of rings. These aren't so much like jeweled, but they seem to be magical in nature, but not. They all seem to be like what probably was a magical bauble at some point in time, but has since been like drained of any sort of aether that might have powered it. And he's wearing these like big thick robes, but you can see that he has sort of like a silver breastplate underneath.
You've been here a million times before. You don't know why that you come back to this moment. You don't know why the Chunder casket of all places is where you start your journey again.
Chunder casket?
Yeah, it's a tavern you walked into on a whim because there's a woman on a sign puking into an open casket. It's a shithole. It's in the bad part of the slums, but this is where you come back, and every time it's the same. And the dozens and dozens of times this has happened, this is the first time something has changed.
Yeah, I think I'm like, it's gross, but it's gross. It's gross though. It's gross though. Hey, this is gross though. And I'm just yelling at the barmaid.
She doesn't even know you're talking to her. She's looking at this newcomer with his big sword and kind of like doing that appraisal of like trouble or money. Is he going to fuck this place up, or is he going to, can I scam him?
I awkwardly shuffle up, like once again, sort of a little uncomfortable in the armor, and I pull the chair out and I try to sit with the sword on my back, but I can't sort of like get right. So I think I move the chair over a little bit and I just sort of stand there.
As you do, I give you a shove as like a bottle goes like whizzing past your head, and then I like pull you, I grab your cloak and like pull you over to the side again. Another bottle whizzes past you, and I'm just like not even looking. This is just like, I know that this happens, so I'm just kind of like moving you and manipulating you as these bottles just kind of like go fucking flying through the air.
Is this normal? Is this how things are around here?
Nothing is normal here.
Oh, okay.
Wait.
Excuse me.
Nothing is normal here. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing is normal here.
Yeah. Okay. You said that. Is that the motto? Are you the manager?
I would like to do an examination check to see if there's anything else not going as planned.
Yeah, 100%.
Can I get it like a water? Do you have like Celsius?
Celsius?
That's a 48.
48, yeah. You see, like, again, it probably fucking is hurting your brain right now because everything's happening the way you've seen it over and over and over again. It's like a song that you can hum word for word, lyric for lyric, and then all of a sudden the notes have changed. And most of the song's still being played the same way, but you see that the bartender isn't where they would have been, holding a cudgel at the end of the bar and threatening people and telling them to stop fighting, because she's talking to Bechamel. You also know that the guy on the other side is now looking at Bechamel with one hand under his cloak, and instead of pulling out the knife he used to stab someone in the back, he's now like, I don't want to kick off because this guy's got a big sword. So he's, instead of joining the fray, it's almost like you've dropped a stone in a pond and you're looking at the ripples, because not everything's changed, but things are changing.
Yeah, I look at the guy beside me. I'm just like, stab him. Stab him. You're supposed to stab him.
Whoa, hey, I'm not doing nothing, buddy. I'm not doing nothing.
Stab?
Yeah, no, he's... Look, I won't, promise. See? He pulls his hands out.
But you have to. If you don't...
Hey, buddy, you stab him if you want to. Sorry, big sword. I mean, big guy. Look, I'm going over here. And he walks out. The bartender's like, God damn it. She runs out with the cudgel round the other side of the bar and after him because he hasn't paid.
This is wrong. None of this is right. This is bad. Who? You. Hey.
Me? Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't mean any trouble, sir.
But you're changing everything.
Well, how do you know I change? I mean, what?
He should have been dead by now. And I'm just like pointing at like the dude who's supposed to get stabbed in the back.
Sorry, is this a play? Is there a play? Is people missing their cues? Are you practicing something? Is this a rehearsal?
Is it a rehearsal? Was it a rehearsal? Maybe it was a rehearsal. Maybe it was. Maybe this is the play. Maybe you're... No. And I look around again. It's like there's a couple that's supposed to like be making a shit ton of money based on the guy who just got stabbed, and they're not. And like they're getting all freaked out. I'm like, okay, you break everything.
Yeah, you see the ripples are spreading. Now the fight hasn't stopped because the bartender's not there with the cudgel. And the guy with the stabbing didn't stab the guy, and the people haven't won the money. And it's like, it's all different now. The entire room is different to how it should have been. These 10, 20 seconds were meant to go an entirely different way.
Who are you?
Bechamel, like the sauce.
Bechamel, very quickly, where did you win your last game of chess on the road to this town, the town of Charnel?
It was probably like in a seedy bar, sort of like this. His new family doesn't like that intellectual side of him, so I feel like he sneaks off to play chess in like dark out, like secret places, like seedy bars. So he was probably in a big city, thought he could get away from it on his journey, sort of crept in, got to play a couple games, accidentally won a tournament, and then now he has this map.
I think there's a speakeasy in the bottom of a ship on in the docks where you came from, and you were let in, you were playing chess as you do, going well, and eventually you ended up in a game against a man who looked like pretty young, way too young for the way he played. But while he was playing, you kept noticing like weird ticks, like he was almost like signing. Do you have like the linguistics skill?
Yep.
Give me a roll for that.
I actually took that one for no real reason, but I thought it might come in handy.
Amazing.
That's going to be 21.
21. You see that instead of sign language, what you think was like a tick is almost like a thieves' cant. But you've studied extensively. You know what he's saying. And he's basically like getting advice off other people around the room. But you could see him being like, I'm going to do this. So you know his moves before he's even making them.
Yeah, I'm like, honestly, man, like, you're making it boring for me. Can we just play the game?
You win quickly, and you get, instead of money, he forks over this grimy, torn, stained piece of paper with 3 things on it. The first thing is the word Charnel, the town you're now in. The second thing is a drawing of a moon. So it's like a sliver of moon that would roughly get you to this time of month. And the third thing is a clock, a drawing of this like cracked clock with a chain hanging from it.
Oh, no. Oh, no. A fucking adventure. The sword on his back glows a little bit. Oh, this was supposed to be me time. I get up, I go back to leave the ship, I go get my things, and I head straight to where I am right now with almost no rest in between.
And you're sitting in a bar with a bar fight and this strange man staring at you intently.
So, are you part of the quest?
No, you don't understand. The quest is part of us.
No, it's real. Oh, no, it's real.
It's all around us. It is real. Are you...
God.
What was it? It was Bechamel, you said?
Yeah. You could call me Daryl. I prefer Daryl.
Bechamel, you need to understand that this could be the single greatest thing that has ever happened to me.
To you. Okay. All right. Are you practicing a monologue for your play?
No.
Okay.
That is already well rehearsed. I know what I will say when I've arrived at the stage that awaits me. The Starfields, Bechamel. They call. Do you not hear it? Do you not hear the symphony of destiny? The horns of fate?
You say horns?
It's interesting that you say that. The second you say, do you not hear that? You hear ding, 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 ding. And then like spreading, almost like when rain starts to fall. Ding, 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 ding. Spreading outside as the fighting stops suddenly. People look around, draw what weapons haven't been drawn, and start funneling for the door. As you know, this is a signal. It's pretty commonplace. If people don't have like set up, like, in fancier areas, they'll have guard towers, they'll have guards, they'll have bells. This is just a commonly used tactic in poorer areas where you bang on whatever metal you can find and it spreads. It's an alarm, and it means there's a monster in the slums.
Oh, no.
And this hasn't happened in the...
This also has not happened.
Okay.
Nothing has, like, everything has stopped happening more and more to the point that, like, this is all fresh.
Sir, you look like... I hate to make judgment, but you look like a wizard or someone who does spells or something.
Wizard?
The robes, man. I don't know. You can call me
Wizard?
a knight.
I get it. Someone says walking by.
Yeah.
I like pull the robe aside and I have this giant fucking gun on my hip and I I pull it out and I just say, a fucking wizard. Does this look like a magic wand to you? And I'm just waving this giant fucking like revolver in your face.
Yeah, sure. I don't really care. So things are about to get really... Oh no. Bechamel's hand sort of goes up, like reaching for the sword, and he's trying to hold it back for a second. Okay, so things are about to get really weird. Can you please help me out? I don't want to die today. I really don't want to die He grips the hilt. The gem on the back of his sword glows a bright green. You hear loud horns like out of nowhere. His hair, if it's dirty and greasy, shoots out of his head into long blonde hair. He grows about 3 inches taller.
3 feet taller would have been crazy.
Crazy. His acme disappears. He grows a thick beard out of nowhere. Ah, another day to battle. As my family says, non arte sed merte, as he unsheaves this giant blade. I am the 17th. I am not the first, and I will not be the last. Come, worthy traveler, we must go slay the beast. And he bursts at super speeds through the front door, heading to battle.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you just hear, or you just see Aldin is just standing there. He flicks the chamber out, looks inside. There's no bullets in the gun at all. He spins the chamber, flicks it back in, holsters it, and he just says, the horns of fate call me. And I run out as well.
Amazing. Do you guys have a culture check for me?
I believe I have all the knowledges.
Give me a little culture check.
I do have
just
culture, yeah.
It's not very good. Well, actually, no, it is. It's not bad.
It's fine. Yeah.
Also take perception checks.
I'll do perception.
26 culture.
Okay, basically the common practice is like there aren't generally people defending the slums. They don't have like a guard that's usually reserved for the more wealthy places depending on the town. So like common practice is the alarm goes off and people band together and roam the streets hoping to find and kill the thing en masse. So that's why you see them all kind of leave. People have like cudgels, knives. The ones that don't have weapons take like a chair, and everybody who was fighting just a minute ago is now moving in like bands throughout the city. So that's kind of what you're going to see outside is people trying to find the source of this, and if they can, take care of it themselves or drag people to safety. You see younger people, older people locking themselves indoors, just the able-bodied fighters basically taking to the streets.
Yeah, I step out into the streets and then like almost like a 180 like Jack Sparrow style stop. He goes back into the bar for like 10 seconds and then comes back out and he's got a bottle and he tucks it into his cloak.
You look up on top of the bar, and somehow Bechamel is on top of it with a cape fluttering in the wind. His hair is blowing. The wind's not blowing. And he looks down at you and says, "Now, Squire, where is the beast?"
Are you calling me the Squire?
Well, of course.
No. No. I'm Aldin Rhys. I don't squire.
I jump down, and as I'm towering over you, I just look down and be like, where I come from, the shorter one is the Squire. Now keep up. And I just start heading towards the crowd.
The buildings are like sloping and leaning so that like when you look up, you almost can't see sky. Like some buildings have leaned forward enough to like actually touch roofs at this point. There's things dripping from gutters that you hope is water, puddles and muck in your feet. Give me perception checks as you head.
31.
Yeah, you hear the sound of combat, like screams, basically, fear, terror, anger ahead of you. But you also notice to your right a bloodstain halfway down this alley.
Evidence. Where there's blood, there's death. Where there's death, there's adventure. I head down the alleyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow him because he's obviously the key to everything. I'm gonna do a quick examination on the blood to see if it's like if there's drags, if there's, you know what I mean, like ooh, that is a 49.
Oh, damn. Yeah, it looks like a handprint has been like reached out to grab one of the posts of like a nearby house and just like been pulled along. But you see a second, even fainter print. Basically, it looks like there's been a small child taken as well, but it's leading away from the sounds.
All right, Squire, what do you think?
If you call me Squire one more time, you will regret it. I promise you. Look, 2 prints, a hand, a small child. Taken this way. A distraction.
What's the distraction? The child or the horde?
The fight. I point to the noises down the street.
You mean there's a greater evil being hidden amongst the peasants?
Sure.
Well, good work. One day you shall be a knight, young man.
Okay.
Forward!
You guys start heading down. If you want to try to track, you can give me another examination. I will give you a +5 based on how good your last one was. Like, you're dialed in.
That's a 37.
37. Okay, still pretty good. You see, essentially, like, as
Still
you go
pretty
on.
good.
Yeah. The big numbers, boys. You
Big
see
numbers, baby.
a unfamiliar print, basically, in the dirt. And by unfamiliar, I mean it is barefoot and it has 3 large toes. It is not human. So you're able to, like, wind your way through the alleys, and ahead of you, you hear, please, 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 please.
Yeah, I draw my gun. Once again, check the chamber, make sure there's nothing in there. Close it, and I look at Bechamel and I just say, okay, I'll get the little ones, you get the big ones. And by that I mean you fight, I save.
That sounds good to me. They'll tell stories about this one.
All right, as you guys head towards the corner, how are you approaching? Are you being stealthy? Are you charging?
I am charging straight in there with my boots of sub-supersonic speed. I am the wind. I am a ton of steel moving like a freight train.
I'm going to use him as, like, cover, and once he gets to sort of, like, I'm imagining a corner, I'm going to, like, brace it with my gun, kind of like a gunslinger ready to, like, pop out and shoot.
Okay. Are you trying to be stealthy, or are you just trying to...
Yeah, I think them not knowing that I'm there is a good idea, so I'll roll stealth.
Okay, amazing.
That is a 35.
Very nice. Yeah, as you brace, you rush around the corner, and you see this woman, like, scrabbling at nothing, it seems, in the dirt. And then as you get nearer, as your eyes kind of focus, you see this, like, almost invisible shape, like, pressed down against her, clutching her around the neck. It is shadowy, vaguely human formed, but, like, all the proportions are just a little wrong. Hit me with them initiatives whenever you got them.
22.
I got a 19.
Probably due to your massive fucking speed, you, Bechamel, are the first to react as you see. It looks like, despite the fact this woman has been dragged this far, it looks like the thing is about to kill her. You see one hand, like, kind of, like, sharpen and, like, waft some, like, black mist off it as it becomes a blade, and it raises it, and it seems to be about to plunge it right through her skull.
Our 6-point system, I've got an ability that lets me move at half my movement speed for just a single point, so
That's
I can
crazy.
still make a full action, and because of my boots of supersonic, I can move at 120 for a single point. So out of nowhere, like, this creature, I don't know if he sort of notices what's happening. He sort of feels the wind, and he looks up, and this towering knight is upon him. And I'm going to make my full attack action of 2 attacks
Hell yeah.
against him. The first one is going to be 48.
That hits.
The second one is going to be 36.
That hits.
The first one is 107 points of damage.
I assume you're attacking the one that's trying to kill the woman?
He's a knight. He's got to go save the day. And the next one is 193 points of damage.
Christ.
So, like, this giant sword.
300 points of damage in your very first round. Love that.
Yeah. So, like, I feel like Bechamel holds the sword, like, up to start, and a beam of light appears from it. More horns start to play from nowhere, and he takes one slash down and the other one back up.
Yeah, you cut fully through this thing both times, and each time it's almost like not quite oil or paint, but like as if you're cutting through fog, but then you do splatter black stuff against the walls nearby, and when it reforms, it looks a lot less sturdy than it had before. And you see it whip its head towards you, and the other 3 approaching the woman in unison all look towards you too.
But to end my turn, I'm going to use 2 0-point actions and enter 2 different combat styles.
Hell yeah, which ones?
The bear style and the swelling sea or the sea style.
Fuck yeah. How does that look?
I feel like he takes his sword and he lowers it and he sort of like crouches like a bear. And he shakes his hips like he's like on a surfboard, like patented wet bear style.
Incredible.
And that's it for Bechamel.
As you see this, Aldin, no one's looking your way yet. That's your go.
Again, 6 points of actions. Actually, you know what? I would like to do a knowledge check on these guys. Would it be realms?
It would be realms. These definitely do not look natural.
Yeah, that's what I figured. That is a 33.
Okay. What would you... I'll give you like one piece of information.
I would like to know if they're positive or negatively attuned.
They are negatively attuned.
Hell yeah.
And you know that these look like wraiths of some kind.
Cool.
Be gone by ghouls.
Aldin reaches into his cloak, and you can hear like the sound of like glass vials clinking around, and he pulls out 2 sort of in between his like fingers, flicks open his gun, drops these like cartridges, these like little tubes. They almost look like shotgun shells into this giant fucking gun. He closes it. Once again, he spins it, and you hear like this like as it powers up. And I am going to, my first shot, the canisters almost disappear, and then in the 6-cylinder shot thing, 3 red tubes appear, and I pop out, and I just like full unload and just start shooting. And I'm gonna cast Firebolt.
Are you going for multiple guys, one guy?
I am. So I can shoot 3. So first one is gonna go for the one that's attacking the woman, and then we'll see where I aim after that. So that's going to be a ranged touch attack. That is a 38.
Touch? Yeah, you hit.
All right. So that is a damage rating of 16, I believe, for this one. Yep. So 49 points of fire damage.
Hell yeah. All right.
It's still going?
Oh, it's still going. As again, you hit it, and like things that look like they shouldn't be able to burn momentarily catch a light.
Cool. I'm going to go for my second hit. That's not the best, but it is touch, so I'm optimistic. That is a 30.
That'll hit.
17 points of fire damage.
17, sure. All right.
Yeah.
Again, you're chipping away, not quite blowing bits off it in the same way Bechamel did, but it's, you know, you're doing something.
And that's 31 to hit.
31 will hit.
And then that's 56 points of damage.
Nice. Yeah, as you, again, how does this look? You're firing them from your gun, you're hitting it, like things are blowing off, fire's briefly burning in the holes before it starts to fill up. But again, this thing is slowly losing parts of itself.
So when I'm shooting, it's not like a bullet coming out. It's like I like this arcing firebolt, like arcs over around Bechamel, avoids the woman.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like as if I am casting the spell. It's just being shot out of this gun.
Hell yeah. As you see this creature. Oh, you're still going. Love it.
Oh yeah, baby. Spells are only 3 actions to cast, and I got 6, so I'm casting another fucking spell. I flick it out. I reach into my coat again, pull out a green vial, plop it in, and I'm going to try to shoot. This time I'm going to be empowering the spell with reach through magic technique to increase my range. How far away are they?
So the one that was ahead of you is about 60 feet. And then the other ones are about 40 feet past. So 100 feet.
Because this is usually a touch spell or a 5-foot spell.
Oh, cool.
But I'm going to use magic technique similar to like meta magic, if you're familiar with that concept, to increase the range of it. And I'm going to shoot him for that is a 30 flat.
Touch.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. You feel this like cooling mist whiz past you, Bechamel. And for a second, you feel like almost revitalized by it. And then you see it lodge into this chest, and it just goes as this green vapor envelops it. And I am casting Healing Conduit.
Okay.
So for 1 round per caster level, so 10, the touch creature becomes a natural receptacle for positive energy. Such a creature is granted fast healing 8 per caster level, so 80. But if they are negatively aligned, they are going to take 80 points of bleed damage instead.
Yeah, as you don't hear so much as feel this thing start to screech. It's like inside you, like it's like a sub vocal, like almost like how bass can, like you can feel it in your chest. You feel this thing start to screech as it goes up in like green flame now, and all the little like fire holes that you've made now start to burn green as well, as this thing takes 80 fucking damage and is real sad but still going, and it turns screeching unless you got more stuff.
Nope, that's it. That is my full 6 actions.
Yeah, it turns like still screeching and lashes out like clumsily, almost in pain at your neck. Bechamel.
I attack first. So his instincts of knighthood trigger as he's in the wet bear stance, and the sword twitches right as it does and comes down across his chest with divine might. It isn't really divine, but he is his own god. 45.
Yeah.
That's with a 3 on the dice.
You're a beefy boy.
And that's going to be 196 points of damage.
Oh, how do you kill this thing?
So once again, he's ready to go, pounce mode. He knows it's coming. He knows that these foul creatures only know one thing, and that's murder and deceit. So he knows it's coming. It moves before he does, and he just cuts its head from its shoulders, gets back into his stance, and looks at the other ghouls.
Yeah, you feel this one like knife blade arm like almost gets to your neck before you kill this thing, and it freezes, and you feel almost like a tingle, and you know if that had touched you, it would have been bad news. As the arm drops away lifeless, the thing dissipates, and the woman just is like, oh my god, oh my god.
The storm isn't over yet. Batten on tight to Lord Bechamel, and you will see yourself through this terrible night.
And the storm is not over, as the other three, you see them almost like mimicking Aldin, raise their hand as if it's a gun, and you as one shoots 3 projectiles your way.
I'm going to, as it shoots, I get a C point action.
Okay.
And I'm going to use that right away to add a +4 to my defense.
Sure. Does a 43 hit?
Yes.
As it 1 point of damage, as it just like kind of barely clips you. Does a 31 hit?
Yes, I think just beats it.
That does hit. So for 8 more damage, and then 33.
The last 2 didn't hit. My AC is 32 plus 4 is 36. So the first one hit, and the last one doesn't hit. So yeah, we're good. The last one does not hit.
Last one whiffs. As the next guy again turns his attention on you, same thing. He's just shooting wildly out of his arm, like these little like shadow shards.
Yeah, I'll do the same thing. I'll take a C stance point as they act, and I'll boost my AC.
And does that boost for your entire turn, or does it boost for that one attack?
I think just for this attack, like this. Oh no, it's just against that opponent.
Okay, great. First one is 47 to hit.
Yeah, that one does hit.
All right, yeah, as this one plugs you like high in the chest for 7 points of damage. Next one's going to miss. 26, I assume, will miss.
Yes, I will miss.
And then, so yeah, another one pierces you, but the other ones miss. And then the last one rushes past you towards Aldin.
I'll take an attack of opportunity.
Again, go for it.
And I'll use a C stance point to add a +4 to hit, because as it rushes by me.
And every time you do this, you're using stamina, right?
No, this is its own point system.
No, the C stance is its own like currency.
Damn, that's wild.
It is wild. So that's going to be 59 to hit.
Yeah, it hits.
151 points of damage as he rushes by. Even though I've taken hits, I've not lost my focus. And I take a big like arcing swing, sort of covering the hole. I sort of push the woman down so I don't cut her head off. And I just clear the middle of the alleyway as I clip as it goes by.
She's getting up to give you a hug. You just push her down.
Weather the storm! Weather the storm!
As it's going to reach you and take a single attack as it forms that arm blade again.
Cool, it doesn't. As a 0 action move, that as an immediate action, I activate Lightning Stance, which allows me to immediately move 10 feet, teleport away without provoking attacks of opportunity, and make an attack at my highest base attack roll.
Hell yeah.
So as it comes in, it tries to swipe, and you see I fiddle around with there's like a little metal clasp. I turn it, and I just lightning step backwards. And when I do, I just say, "Missed me," and I take a point blank shot at him.
Hell yeah.
You may be the greatest squire I've ever had.
This isn't touch, so this might not be great. 32.
Yeah, no, it hits.
Hell yeah.
Now, did you have to pay action points to get into this stance?
Nope. It's a
Nice.
0 action, immediate action that I can do whenever I want.
Get into stances?
Into this stance. 24 points of damage and 2 points of bleed.
2 points bleed? Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
As it just, again, you blow like a hole out of this thing again, but instead it doesn't really quite like form like the other ones did. You see there's like a force that's kind of like stopping it, and like black ink is basically dripping out and spattering on like the dirt below, as is Bechamel's turn.
So there's 2 more ahead of me down the alleyway.
There are two ahead of you that were taking shots, and then there's one behind you that's up in Aldin's face.
My squire wouldn't lose to a single ghoul.
I shout out and just say, "Hey, big guy, maybe hang back for a second."
Like,
Actually,
you need help?
never mind. No, go for it. Go. I forgot
Are
I
you
have a thing.
sure? I can...
Yeah. No, never mind. I'm good.
Okay, I thought you were mighty. Don't...
Well, I'm not worried about me,
Make-
big guy.
All right. I take a single step with a 1-point action, and I appear directly in front of these 2 ghouls. And I'm going to make a full attack on one of them. Whatever one. The left one.
Go for it.
50.
You hit.
58, yeah. 163 points of damage.
Very nice.
Yeah, my second one is going to be a 34.
Hits.
155 points of damage.
Yeah, again, you're just like taking big chunks, like gouging this thing as you take these big hits out of it. And then Aldin, you get to go.
Hell yeah. This guy's still 10 feet away from me, so I'm not too worried about him. Reach in, pull out this like weird looking, you know, those the revolver reloaders that are like the full clip that you can just kind of like put in. It's one of those, and I plop it in, just toss it off to the side, and as I throw it, it just kind of like dissipates into nothing. Close my revolver, and I pull the trigger, but this time you see like as this like giant fireball begins to form at the front, kind of like Mega Man charging up his blaster, and then I just pull the trigger, and it's thump. And it just kind of like a beach ball style floats over Bechamel, and it's going to land on the front too. Now, I have a specialization in arcane theory, which allows me to reshape the edges of my spell.
Nice.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to... How far away? You said about 60 feet they were?
So they were like, it was 60 feet to the one that came towards you, or to where Bechamel was, and there was like another 40 feet. So it's like 100 feet from where you are.
Okay, so then I need to empower it with 5 points of
Your reservoir.
arcane reservoir in order
Love
to cover up the distance there, and I shape the explosion radius to avoid Bechamel. You get to do a reflex save to half the damage.
For both?
Yep.
All right. The one in front of Bechamel is going to do a 25, and then the other one is going to do a 19.
So the 25... the 25 just does it.
Yeah, you see it like deforms for a second and like avoids the brunt of what you're doing, or does it avoid it entirely?
Nope, you just get half damage. Hell yeah. That's 91 points of fire damage.
91, and is that the half version?
That's the full version.
Okay, nice.
So 46 points of damage for the other one.
Amazing. Hell yeah.
Fireball is 5. So I'm going to, with my last point of action, I enter into, you see, I sort of turn that sort of dial on my shoulder, that clasp on my cloak, and you see stops like crackling with energy, and you see almost like a spray of water come out, and the edges of my cloak look like they're almost like waves, and I get kind of like low, ready for this next attack.
That's the wet part.
Gross.
You're already the perfect squire. Replicating my techniques, I knew I picked the right man for the job.
Hey, just 2 boys in the slums getting wet, you know? All right, the one in front of you, Bechamel, having avoided some of the damage, reforms and tries to go low, stabbing towards your torso.
I attack first.
Amazing.
That's going to be a 44.
44 hits.
165 points of damage.
The numbers be big. You do not kill it as it continues its swing up towards your stomach.
I will parry it.
All right, give me that roll.
We do a contested attack roll.
I got a 54.
I also got a 54. Legit.
Damn.
Do we re-roll?
It's an explosion.
Do we re-roll or do we both do damage?
Well,
I think that's
I think
fun.
we both did. No, well, I'm pairing to stop
I
the
think
attack.
you have to beat it to
Okay.
It's not meets it beats it. So you know what? Yeah, unfortunately you get a blade to it and it just extends its like shadowy arm just past it, gets you in the stomach. It's 40 points of damage, and you feel a chill emanating from the wound as you take an extra 1 point of damage. As you feel like the flesh kind of like withering. Second attack.
Okay, I'm gonna take another attack. I can't. I have so many stamina and
Don't
extra
forget
points.
you can add +4 or
Yeah, now I will because it's another action. So I'm gonna add a +4 to my attack here. That's gonna be 50.
Yeah, it hits, yeah.
146 points of damage.
You rip into this thing and you see it start to like flicker almost. Like it's barely hanging on, but it's still swinging for you.
Parry.
All right, give me that roll. I got a 43.
I got a 61.
This is, yeah, there
So
you go.
I sword like he got me the first time. I'm just like embarrassed. I actually let this thing beat me in a head-to-head conflict. So the sword, this time I turn it so it's flat first. So last second as it tries to get in, I move my blade, turn it so it's on the broad end and it just bounces off.
That's just to parry, right?
Yeah, so it just nothing happens. Yeah.
Amazing. The next one is shooting bolts at you as it shoots in for a 50.
That will hit.
3 points of damage. And then the one in front of you, Aldin, moves up. Give me a look roll as all this is happening.
It's an 18.
Amazing. All right, Aldin, are you doing anything as it gets in range?
Not right now.
All right.
As it attacks,
It's attacking.
it is going to... I'm going to add a 4 to my AC.
Okay, sure. That is a 50 to hit.
Cool. I lightning stance immediate before it hits. Teleport away, and I'm going to try to hit this idiot.
Oh, yeah.
A 35.
That'll hit.
26 points of damage and 4 points of bleed. So they're now taking 6 points of bleed.
Yeah, as you see this thing is like frustrated because it comes in to get you, you're not there, and then it's getting peppered again. But as this happens, you hear like, hey, over here. And like drawn by the sound of gunfire, you see people just start like throwing bricks, like raining down like bow shots, throwing spears, running in, and essentially like en masse starting to kill these things as the woman reaches up and grabs you, Beshmo, and is like, they went that way. They went further down. And points further down the alley.
What went further down the alley?
It was... It was like a priest. I don't know. They took a young kid. I don't know whose it was, but
Not on my watch. Is it my turn?
the combat's effectively ended. So actually, I will say, you feel almost like, again, not tactilely, the hands of fate moving, and you see her harmony as this town comes together to essentially like take out these things. You were able to draw enough attention, spend enough time, and that is the result of one of your fate deck cards that you pulled, that you were able to hold these things off long enough, do enough damage that people were able to come and like swarm it, and because you'd weakened them and you'd taken so much, like one of them was literally on like 2 HP. So you see like the people of the town band together, and because of what you've done, they're able to get the situation under control, freeing you up to essentially pursue further down this alley.
All right, Squire, we must proceed. The
Swear
innocent
to God.
the innocent youth of today need our help, and that means the quest is not over. You hear like a screaming voice out of from nowhere, being like, "No, please, let me back."
Yeah, as you start to run, I assume, down this thing, and it's again those like leaning over buildings. It seems like a particularly shitty part of the slum where like there's nothing but like coarse sand underneath your feet and like cracked walls, and these buildings feel like they're almost collapsing in on themselves. Give me a perception check.
30.
I also got a 30.
It happens so gradually, you don't initially notice, so you don't see it happening. But all of a sudden, the like roofs and walls leaning in above you have formed almost like a cave above you. Everything has suddenly gotten like a little darker, and you see at your feet there's no more dirt and sand and muck, but it's like rock. And you look back and there's just a cave tunnel leading behind you instead of the town that you came from. It's hard to see. Everything's very dark and shadowy as something has happened.
I use Ignite and just like hold open a flame in my hand as like a torch.
The flame comes out gray, and the light doesn't change at all. You can't see any better than you could before because what you're seeing isn't in shadow, it's just that color.
I stop focusing on the spell. Like, well, that's useless.
It's like a mind fuck. Like everything is this gray that feels like you're seeing shadow, but the light hasn't changed anything. Give me a will save, Aldin.
This is how the world works while I'm in the blade. Things don't have color unless you're doing justice.
That's 26.
You hear the ticking of a clock.
Wait, no, I need more time. This is different this time. I need more time? I'm just like, But this could be
What do
different.
you mean? We have all the time in the world to do
No,
justice together,
we don't have all the
Squire.
time
Our
in the
adventure's
world.
just beginning.
At any point in time, it could all be done.
Not if you're a mortal like myself. I've been around for 1,000 years.
You don't even fucking know. I assume there is a path through this
Yeah,
cave?
you can keep going.
Yeah, I'm just going to keep running.
It's not long before you kind of like open up into impossibly this like completely different skyline. You're out in the open and you see like gray like cliffs and gray rock erupting and gray sand dunes, and like there's this completely colorless gray vista spread out ahead of you. Some of it's confusing. Some of the like the scale doesn't seem to match. Every now and then you'll see something like flicker out of the corner of your eye, and you'll look and there isn't anything there, but you see a shape disappear around the corner down behind a rock further on ahead, and you hear a little like faint cry on the wind, a little soft to make out.
I'm going to do a realms check. The Starfield I know is broken up into colors. I want to know if there's like something that is broken up into the absence of color. That is a 33.
Okay, with the 33, you know kind of like a lot about like the mainstays of the color fields. Like, you know, Camp Indigo is like the main camp. You've been there, however briefly, and you've heard all the stories. Like the blue and the purple tend to be the most heroic like adventure stories, because those are the mainstays of the big human heroes that you know of. You know, Amber is the realm of like abominations and is like incredibly dangerous and messed up. You know that Yellow is like, it's hard to traverse the Yellow Lands because they're like sand dunes kind of unending and there's no drinking water. You don't know about a gray zone. You've never heard of that.
Huh.
But that seems to be, despite what you've heard, where you are right now.
How much do you know of the Starfields, Bechamel?
No, I've been to most of them, I think, at some point, but I don't really remember.
Shut up.
Every time I switch hands of strong young men or women, my memories fade.
Well, do you ever remember seeing this before? And I like gesture to the gray. I'm making my way towards where we saw the yelp and the thing disappear.
It's like deep in the distance, like.
All I can tell you is that Bechamel von Zutenberg the First did everything a mortal could do, more so. But now those memories are long gone, as they should be, because every day's a new adventure. If I remember doing everything, where's the fun in it?
You take a point of damage as that wound in your stomach starts to wither a little bit more, Beshmo.
I'm getting a little ache in my tum-tum.
I'm going to take a look at this situation with a medicine check. That's a 33.
Yeah, you know he's been afflicted by a lesser decaying blight, and it is going to continue to wither at him unless it is taken care of.
Okay, cool. I am going to cast Minor Heal. Now, technically, because I am of the Arcane Study, I wouldn't have access to this spell, but I made a pivot. I was originally going Battle Mage, but I've switched over to Physician just because of the way that the character built out, that I wasn't getting any benefits from that paradigm. So I'm able to access all the healing spells that are available as a arcane caster. So I'm going to cast Minor Heal. So you touch a creature and heal them of minor wounds and various minor ailments. Touch a creature restores spell rating of health 6. In addition, they are healed from one of the following conditions and status effects: blinding, exhaustion, fear, or sickening. I don't know if that's going to have any effect on this bad boy.
Any healing will cure that.
Okay,
basically. Great. It kind of works like bleed.
I hope you're ready to be healed an absurd amount, sir.
You did take some damage though, right? You were like,
oh yeah,
yeah.
You are healed 171.
There we go.
HP.
Nice. Does that bring you up to full?
Oh yeah.
I love it. You guys are treading down, and again, things are strange. Like out of the corner of your eye, you keep seeing like, you know, either a figure standing up on top of like a sand dune in the distance waving at you, but when you look, they're not there. Or you see a house. It seems to have just like sprung up behind this like outcropping of rock, but when you look over, and for a second, you're certain that it was your family home, Beshmel, and it's not there.
My family home or Daryl's family home?
You tell me.
It was the biggest fucking castle I've ever seen in my goddamn life.
But it's hard to remain, like, it does always feel like something's creeping up on you. and you do feel like you're being watched.
All right, Squire, I'll tell you one thing about fighting evils. They're always in the shadows.
Not true.
And we, my friend, are in a land of shadows.
Also, not really true, but
So we are surrounded at all times. So be prepared to do battle.
yeah, sure.
And as my family always said, non arte sed marte.
I'm going to do a linguistics check to see what the fuck that means. That is a linguistics of 24.
It's Latin. It's an actual family motto I found from an old family, and it translates to "not by science, but by war."
That's pretty good.
You see, I kind of like huff, and I just say there's plenty that science can do that war can't, and most things science can do that war can.
I have biceps made by the gods. Onward we go.
I poke you where your like blight was, and I say, and you would have whittled away because of a small scratch.
Yes, in about 600 years. And I don't die. Just these damn vessels do.
Such a worrying thing to hear. Yeah, as you start to make your way down, and you come down to basically like this stone archway, and ahead you see again more of these like rolling, almost like sand dunes and like rock outcroppings. But when you walk through the archway and you look back, you see none of what you had seen before. Even though there's nothing blocking everything else, once you're through and you look back, it's a different vista, apart from through that archway.
So the archway shows where we came, but outside of the archway is somewhere new.
Exactly.
Still gray and shadowy?
Everything, yes.
Anyway, let's keep going. There's a young boy or girl who needs the saving grace of Bechamel Von. Oh no, it's been too long. There's not been enough action. His hair, short. His beard, gone. He hunches a little bit. He says, oh man, I am so sorry, Mr. Rhys. I am so sorry. That was way longer than normal. I am so sorry. What did he say? Was he rude, Mr. Rhys?
You know what? I actually now do not know which one I prefer.
Yeah, we get that.
Hey, you look kind of dweeby. You know what I think about this place?
Oh, huh. Are we in the Starfields?
No. I don't think so. Chances are if we were in the Starfield, we would no longer be having this conversation. Or we would be having the conversation we had earlier today again for some reason.
Give me a will save, Dane.
39.
The clock starts ticking faster.
Fuck. Okay, yeah, no, this is definitely... We gotta go.
Yeah, okay. But what I can tell you is I don't know much about like the Starfields, but I do know about color and science. So if you were to take a prism and a beam of light through it, you'll get the colors of a rainbow. But white and black are a part of that as well. You just don't see them in the same way. So they're ever present when it comes to color. They're just hard to see. So I would imagine that gray, a mix of the both. Why it might be harder for us to see because it isn't bright. It's always still there. So maybe this is something that's just always been.
Or lying beneath. All right, well, that's as good as theory as any. Could I do either a spell casting or an arcane theory to try to discern what the hell I'm doing the will saves for or what the click is or anything like that? That is a 40 arcane theory.
You're not going to get a clear answer because this isn't a clear situation, but you have already pretty much established that you are in the Starfields. You also know every time before it hasn't gone the way you would like it to. So you can imagine you feel this like building pressure and this tension, and it's like whatever way you've managed to get here, it has maybe a time limit, or it's maybe pure force of will or being near Bechamel. There's something that hasn't let you leave yet, but the danger of you having to restart all over again is mounting.
I grab Bechamel by like the collar, the back of the neck, and I just say, all right, we got to get going. We need to find, preferably, a gate to Camp Indigo, or this kid, hopefully the same thing, hopefully the same time, preferably both, of course, but, we cannot stay here. I cannot stay here.
Okay. Yeah, whatever you want to do, sir. You just lead the way. Or I can lead the way.
Yeah, I'm just going to keep going. Do we see any more of the whimpering or hear any of the whimpering or see anything? What do we see right now? Where are we?
So you're now kind of almost like in a cavern where there's these like gray cliffs sticking up ahead of you and like a gray kind of like grass meadow leading through it. So you can't see too far ahead, but you're stepping on gray grass as these cliffs rise on either side of you.
Yeah, then just keep following the path.
Sure. You want to give me perception checks?
Oof, not great.
27. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I got 21.
Yeah, no, you guys still feel like you're being watched, even almost like more intensely now. But like aside from this weird like flickering in the corner of your eye, you can't really pin anything on it. You don't know, is it paranoia? Is it just that feeling at like the weird shapelessness of things and the fact that every now and then you think you catch a pattern and it's not what it seems. You keep going and you see the tunnel branch into like 3 different entrances. So you have the 2 cliffs on either side and then 3 like cave mouths effectively.
Did you just want to do eeny, meeny, miny, mo?
What a stupid thing to do. No. I put 3 cartridges in and I write 1, 2, 3 on my gun, spin the thing, and keep shooting until the first bullet goes off. And then look which one got fired.
I think eeny, meeny, miny, mo actually would have had the same
It was 2.
chance.
Go into the middle cave then.
Straight
Although
down the
technically,
middle.
if you spun it and then fired until you fired one, only 1 or 3 could fire first. Unless, I guess, if you spin it and stop it.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. 2.
middle cave.
You go in and again, it's like this whole other vista. You go in, this time you're like on top of a hill. And as you go down, there's like these big pillars of stone kind of like everywhere. And it just seems to be like a field of these pillars.
Well, I guess this is the pillar fields.
Fields of pillars.
Pillar fields.
I'll do a examination on the pillars to see if there's anything special about them. It's a
I'll do
39.
a perception looking for the boy. Natural 20, which is a 10, it gives us plus 10 for 51 perception.
Hell yeah. Aldin, you are examining the pillars and you see a little scuff. Looks like 3 or 4 fingers have scraped along the dust at the bottom of them. It's a small hand. You imagine that you're still somehow on the trail of this child. Bechamel, you see a man briefly, even with this phenomenal perception that you got, peering down at you from the top of one of those pillars, all dressed in gray, so much so that he might as well be invisible against the sky. And you see him looking down at you, arms crossed behind his back.
Oh no, that is mysterious enough that non arte sed Marte. Come down here and fight me, Lord of Grey.
I whip around with my gun and I'm not really sure what he's talking about or who he's talking to, but
I don't really see the point of that.
Well, why wouldn't there be?
Why would there be?
Because you have the boy, and we need the boy.
Oh, I haven't got the boy, but I think your friend there with the gun, I think he's seen something about the child, right? Right there, friend with the gun? Gunther, is that a...
Is your name Gunther, Squire?
now that I have a bead on him, he's talking to me, I aim up.
You can't see him at all.
Oh, can I hear roughly where he's... Like, I can see what
It's
Bechamel's looking
echoing
up.
weirdly among these pillars. Bechamel can't see him now either.
Oh, okay,
He's gone, but he's there.
He's gone, but he's there.
I'm just looking up, kind of like aiming wildly between the different pillars and just say, so you're just taunting, or what's your point? What's the point? If coming down here and talking to us isn't the point, you see no point. What's the point of just stalking around?
Does your friend have bad memory? Oh no, they are not going to last long here with bad memory. He asked me to come fight. Do you want that? I don't think you want that.
If you don't have the boy, I guess we don't need to scuffle.
No. I thought you were going to save the boy. Was that not it? Are you trying to find your way out? Which one? Tell me. And
The boy.
Okay, great.
And also Camp Indigo, if it just happens to be in the area.
Oh, you're hella lost. Yeah, no, that's not going to happen.
Well, Grey Watcher, I enjoyed our quip battle of whittles, but I must find the boy. Aldin, you found evidence?
Yeah, hand prints on the base of the pillars.
All right, what way does it point?
Do I see like a track?
It's not obvious, but like you get the sense you're on the right track. So to go back would be to go the wrong way if you're looking for the boy.
All right, Grey Watcher, enjoy your day.
Yeah, have fun just kind of creepily watching us, I guess.
Just ask yourself before you go any further, is that the direction you want to go?
Of course.
Great. And you see him just hopping from the next to the next pillar over and looking down for a second, and then he's gone.
I've had a lot of days, and today is particularly annoying.
I've also had a lot of days, and today is particularly annoying.
Yeah, you don't remember all your days, huh?
No, I don't, no.
Is that intentional? Because,
Yes and no.
So you both have bad memory.
look, if you want to be a part of the conversation, just come down and talk to us. We're obviously, we've gotten past the fighting part. I'm moving as we're...
You hear it, in your ear, you just hear, I am down. Right by your ear.
Good Lord.
It's
okay.
Yeah, I think we just have to ignore him. When you're like me...
Oh, you're going to ignore me? It doesn't work when you tell me.
I've evaded death more than any man.
Hold on. Your name's Aldin, right? He said that earlier. Do you believe that? I don't believe that. I've met men who've evaded death far more often.
Well, I've met him 17 times. So maybe
Death.
Yes.
Oh, I got that beat 4 times over.
Yeah, man, I've died.
You guys have met death more than 17 times?
Besh? Is that your name, Besh?
Yeah, you can call me Besh. My homies call me Besh.
Yeah, I got bad news for you, bud. 17's rookie numbers.
But you guys have met him
yeah.
17 times. You've had to make a deal, play the game.
Oh, you've made a deal.
Yeah, I live in a sword. Of course I've made a deal.
You live in the sword?
You're talking about actual death, real death, not sort of the concept.
Like the Reaper.
Yes, actual death.
Okay, well, maybe I'll give it to you.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Is it cool or is it dumb? The deals usually don't work. And it's very disorienting as he talks because you hear his voice kind of circling you and you don't really see him.
Yes, I lose a lot of myself each time.
And do you want to lose more? Is that why you're here? Because again,
I don't know.
You could turn the other direction. I'll help you get your way out.
No.
Every day's an adventure.
And it doesn't
Day
really
I-
matter. Time's ticking for me anyway, so if I want to do this again, I probably could if I wanted to.
Is that the chain?
Chain?
The chain just I don't know, hanging over you right now.
You have a chain?
Hey, if you could see a chain, yeah, that's probably the chain. Is it getting shorter or longer?
It's coming down like a snake in a cave, just coming down towards you. I've never seen that.
Kind of like a fuse, would you say? Ticking its way down, and once it hits, yeah, I get
Fuses
it.
usually don't grow, but sure, I get what you're going for, I think.
Okay, back to that snake. Bechamel von Zudenberg does not like snakes.
It's a metaphor, I think.
A what?
It's fine.
The chain, I think, it's I can see it, so it's not really a metaphor. The snake, yeah, that was a metaphor. You're not in a cave, also. You should turn around.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of things I should do, but I don't. Or I do, and then it doesn't matter, because then I get to not do it again.
I love this. You say something crazy now.
I once kissed a gorgon on the lips and I died, and that was life number 7.
Damn. Okay,
That's one of the ones I do remember.
you can stay.
Thanks. I'm going to just start, speeding up and trying to follow this track.
For now, anyway, but I don't think it'll last.
Yeah, no, me neither. TikTok, I get it.
Sure. What are you doing? Just, you're kind of reaching the end of these pillars.
Just keep on going, looking for the boy.
Is there any sort of gateway?
There's again, it's like a maze. There's a bunch of different arches now, and you know that each one of them is going to lead you to a whole different area.
I guess an examination or a perception?
And a perception for me.
Yeah, okay.
Nah, not much. 22.
They all look the same.
That's a 45 examination for me.
Sure. What are you looking for in particular?
Well, I know that this kid is dragging his hands along the base of the pillars, so I'm assuming if the archway that he went through might have a similar mark.
You look down, and I think because you're examining it so closely, instead of the perception, which is a larger kind of view, you see something. It's tiny, but it almost hurts your eyes because you've been looking at the same gray over and over and over and over. It's this tiny little fleck of amber that almost hurts to look at. And at your ear, you just hear, well, that's not good.
Yeah, definitely not good.
Why is it not good?
Amber? Abominations?
Abominations?
The fields of amber are absolutely messed up.
I did kill an abomination once. Probably.
But yeah, okay. We got to go this way. And you just see a flash of gray as this guy like walks through that portal.
Now, are you saying that because you're scared of the amber, or are you saying it because you think that this isn't where the kid is?
How is that happening? I should have seen something like this. Was it you guys? And he like all of a sudden you feel like a hand at both of your throats. Was it you guys? Were you? No.
Was I what?
Not part of. No, they're not. You're not part of this. He pushes you back. Coincidence? Could it be a coincidence? Are there coincidences?
Let me just tell you.
Tell me, please.
Full cards on the table.
There's not a single table in this realm.
I thought you got metaphors.
Metaphor. Go.
Great. I have been living this same day over and over and over again. I have been trying to get to the Starfields for I have no idea at this point how long I have been stuck in this loop. But every time I've reached the Starfields, I'm right back at that goddamn tavern.
The ticking, the chain.
Yes.
But you're here. Nobody comes here. You're the first.
Today is different.
It is different.
It might not just be different for me. It might be different across the board to everyone. It's different here. It's different for me. Everything that is the same is no longer the same. Everything that is consistent is inconsistent.
You're saying, Mr. Rhys, that things are the walls that keep things apart are thinner now. Maybe today.
He sounds different.
Yeah, he does that.
He looks different, uglier.
Yeah.
You guys feel a clap on each of your back as a hand goes around each of your shoulders. And he's like, look, I was watching to see if you were worth allowing roam free because, look, let's be fair. And he's driving you forward like pretty uncomfortably quickly. The Starfields, they're not for everybody. People die all the time. Gotta see, would you be able to make your own way? But good news, he smacks both your butts. You've been deputized. You're going to be deputy seekers for today and this day only, and we're going to eradicate a little spot of amber on this beautiful gray domain. How does that sound, boys?
Sure.
Okay.
Here's the deal. You will help us find this boy.
Hey, let me tell you. And he points ahead, and you see like tiny little flecks of amber like increasing the further out you look. Pretty sure we found the boy. Pretty sure the amber, the boy, it's all one.
Great. Then at that point, the new deal is once we're done here and we help you with your amber problem, you help me with my indigo problem.
He turns and all of a sudden, again, it's so hard to keep your eyes on him. He suddenly seems very like rigid and like you can see him and he's like almost nose to nose with you, but you can't really see a face in his like cowl, just like a nose kind of sticking out. And he says, yeah, that works great for me because you probably won't survive. Let's go. And
sure.
All of a sudden he's gone.
Mr. Rhys, are we going to have to fight an abomination?
I will. You won't. The sword will. Don't worry about it.
Okay. All right.
Pick up the pace.
Okay.
You see almost like someone's been bleeding, patches of like amber, again, like burning on the ground, and they increase, like they get like more and more. Now it's like somebody got like eviscerated and it's splattered everywhere. And further on, it's like someone has just been pouring buckets of it. And you come around this bend and you see ahead of you just like this painful, like gigantic splotch covering this entire basin between these cliff sides. And in the middle, hanging impossibly high, you see a chain going up to the sky that doesn't seem to hang off anything. At the bottom, you see what looks like a sack, a body bag, this shape hanging there in this bag, black and brown and amber with gore. On the ground around it, like a clock, are 12 bodies lying there. Give me a perception check. As around this clock, you see 6 people knelt in prayer, and at the head of the clock, another one with their hands outstretched looking towards the sky.
25.
That's a 29.
Okay. Bechamel, you see, again, this grotesque clock of people lying down in position, almost like at each one of the numbers of a clock. With your perception, as you're like focusing in on it, you can see that number 1 is basically a skeleton. Number 2 onwards has less and less rot until up at 12 o'clock, you see this wriggling form of what you can assume is the child you've been tracking. The most fresh body, and every other one is like in a stage of rot, progressing onwards down to 1. In the middle hangs this bag, and every now and then it twitches a little bit. Aldin, you see all this, and you see at the head, at the 12 o'clock point, you see amber light flooding from its eyes as it holds its hands upwards and raises its head to the sky. And it's wearing robes. You can imagine that this was the thing that took the boy that you were told about earlier. And past it, almost hidden in kind of the amber like splotch of color, you see something horrific. It looks like a palanquin, but it's stitched together bodies, torsos, no legs, no head, just arms stretched down, a walking platform as it comes up to behind this priest. And as you stand there, you see the 6 kneeling figures turn their heads and look at you. Roll me some initiative.
Non arte sed Marte. It's going to be a 20.
23 for me.
As you see this creature, looks almost human, but like warped. Its neck is a little long and it seems to have a joint in the middle. Its arms are normal size, but its fingers just like, they seem painfully long as it's spread towards the sky, and it looks towards you and you don't hear what it says, but it points a finger at you, and then an ether bolt rains down of pure amber and slams into you, Aldin, for 31 points of damage. Aldin, it's your go.
Great.
Don't pull your punches, boy.
And I won't.
But don't kill the child.
I am going to allow myself to be gripped by fear.
Okay, I get it. It's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
As you see, as this happens, like as these bolts rain down, you see that palanquin like move forward and like, you know the way like well-trained horses can like go down on their knees to like let people get on? It bows, these many arms bow down so this priest can step onto this like moving platform of bodies. Being gripped by fear, yeah.
Yeah. So that's going to force the shaking condition on myself.
Okay. Which is going to be -1 to basically everything.
Yep. It will allow me to add a D4 to all my D20 rolls.
Hell
and
yeah.
it turns my highest D10 into a D12. And then at that point, I'm also going to use a point of my font of power to boost my spell to +2. And then I'm also going to use a spell order, my grand discovery, and we'll talk about that in a second. As those bolts go down, I reach into my pocket and I pull out 3 canisters, again held in between each finger, and siphon some of that aether into them. I throw them up, swing my gun around, collect them all, spin it, and one shot goes up into the air and this cloud almost appears above it. And then I shoot 3 holes into it. And then there's like these giant blue holes in this cloud. I'm not going to do anything with that quite yet. That's just kind of chilling there for a second.
Worrying.
And then I'm going to, for my other 3 points, I'm going to cast Greater Firebolts.
Hell yeah.
Which I might also max damage out.
Do it, dude. We're fighting a scarier thing. It's like
I can only do it twice a day, but fuck it. So I'm going to use another point to increase the DC or the TN of the spell by 2. And then I'm going to use my second use of spell order to maximize the value of it. I realize I didn't do Firebolt right the first time as well, but we learning out here. You do get a reflex
as
save.
we go.
Okay. It's a pretty good roll. That is going to be a 32 reflex save. And this is at the mage, I assume, right?
This is at the priest, yeah.
The magic wielder.
Damn, yeah, you fucking get me. God damn it. Just my thing is 29 right now. But you have to do it per bolt, I think. So
okay. Well, I rolled really high on the first one. Well, that's a 2 on the dice right there. So that's going to be 17.
Oh, right. My highest.
Is it just the 2 bolts or 3?
It's going to be 3 bolts.
So I got 32, 17, and 18.
Okay, so the last 2 fail.
As in, I failed the last 2.
Yes. But first I have to roll to hit. In order to hit, the first bolt comes out to the mage for a 33 touch.
33 touch? It does not hit.
Damn.
It's like on the money. Like if you had one more, you would hit. But you see it like it hits him and he just like... he casts it aside.
Okay, well then this will definitely hit. That is a well over that.
Yeah.
Last time I got a 3, this time it's a 17. So 41 points of damage for this second one, which doesn't get resisted. And then that is a 37 touch. Perfect. And then 56 points of damage. Oh, wait, no, hold on. Sorry, I'm lying. I don't have to roll damage. I maximize this shit. He takes 100 points and 100 points.
First one comes down, and like you see it, like just as it hits him, he like scoops it, like catches it in his hand, holds it up like mockingly, and throws it away. But as he's throwing it away, the other two just like fucking like nail him in the chest.
Yeah, I feel like they all loop around him and they all sort of like miss him. But as he's got that one and he's kind of gloating and he throws it away, the other two 180 and smack him in the back.
Yeah. As Bechamel, it's your turn. The clouds are fucked up and swirling. There are 3 blue holes, 3 amber holes. There's still that chain going up to infinity. You see these 6 kneeling people getting to their feet. 4 of the 12 are visibly alive from where you are, and you're not sure about half of them. And then the rest, corpses laying out in this clock pattern around this twitching bag.
How far away is the priest from me?
They're 100 feet away from you, Bechamel.
Perfect. I take a step. I end up next to the priest. All right, foul creature.
If you're going next to the priest, you will take an attack of opportunity from the, as you're going over the palanquin.
That's fine. I'm going to roll the fight against it.
Sure.
To deflect it. What'd you get?
52.
Oh, I beat that. I'm in the 60s, baby.
Hell
so
yeah,
literally,
okay.
I'm running through, and as if someone tries to stop me as I'm running at the speed of supersonic, the sword just comes down, knocks it away casually, and says, "I will be back. Wait your turn. Someone is being very naughty."
As you put your feet on the back of these torsos and you move up to this fucking mage, and again, blink of an eye, you were there, and he just having taken these 2 rounds to the chest, turns and looks at you.
I become a wet bear, and I attack. Full attack.
As you become a wet bear, you see the 6 kneeling figures also swords up start to move.
Oh my god, wet bear stance. There's a 50 hit.
50 hits, yep.
Cool. And does a 35 hit.
A 35, actually, sorry, a 50 doesn't hit and a 35 doesn't hit.
50 doesn't hit?
50 doesn't hit, no.
All right, well,
yikes.
Bechamel says, "Oh, you are better than you look, priest of the damned."
Yeah, as it's you think this thing's going to be weak because it's casting magic, and you come up and you're swinging, it just moves without thought almost. You see one of the 6 in this form get eviscerated head to toe, and for a glimpse, you see that gray man standing there smiling. And then 2 of them start to move towards you, Aldin, and 2 of them start to move towards you, Bechamel. The other one, you see it clink blades off something that for a second is invisible, and then you see that gray man. Aldin, we'll do you first. 2 move up on you.
Okay.
The first one is going to roll.
Immediate actions technically happen whenever, so I feel like I could see if this thing's going to hit me.
So it looks like it's going to hit you, I assume. A 57 will.
Yep. Cool. I just teleport back, and I'm going to take a shot at him. Oh, wait, no, this doesn't matter. Haha. I rolled a nat 1, but because I am consumed by fear, I get to re-roll my nat 1s.
That's fun.
Yeah.
How's that look as you flash away, and in terror you...
Seeing all this shit, I flash away, and usually I'm very cocky after this move and pull the trigger, but I think just taking it all in, my hand hesitates on the trigger for a second, and then I kind of snap out of it, pull the hammer back, and pull the trigger.
Well, what you see before you, it's just a guy. Someone you've seen a million times before. You've tried to be, a explorer of color, right? You've seen Seekers. You've seen people undertake this. So it's maybe even someone you've met before at some point. But there's this shard of amber jammed in its head. And there are bright veins of amber flowing through its body. And its eyes are just straight up glossy amber, and it doesn't really seem like itself. It's almost like a zombie. So it's actually really unsettling that these things are coming at you, and it's sometimes they move with purpose, other times they move plodding and slowly, and it's jarring seeing them switch between the two. So it kind of plodded towards you, and then all of a sudden you can tell the body remembered how to swing a sword, and it was a perfect strike that if you'd been there would have cut deep.
That's a 33 to hit.
Is that touch or just regular?
Just regular.
Nope. As
cool.
It just pings off its armor. And then the next one's going to come up to you and swing again. Nat 20, which it does crit on.
Yeah, this might be it for Aldin.
It does 24 points of damage. Just again, you see this thing come up and it's almost like a flicker of life goes back into it and it like remembers how to do its thing and it cuts up. It gets you right in the ribs, but again, it's not devastating. You can tell there is a disconnect between this thing's memories, this thing's actions, as it's like a husk of what it used to be. Then the two coming for you. One clambers onto the palanquin and swings at you.
I attack it first.
Sure.
47.
Yeah. Actually, wait. 47 does not hit. Sorry.
You're a bitch.
But it swings at you. Are you doing anything to that?
But yeah, I'll use a C-stance point to the head-to-head, try to parry it.
Sure. It rolled a 31.
I rolled a 52.
Yep, you parry it. The next one comes up.
I attack. That's going to be a 51.
Doesn't hit. It swings for you, and it gets a...
I go to parry it.
Sure. 42.
53.
There we go.
Man, I should have taken C-stance.
It's pretty good.
C-stance is dope.
All right. Top of the round. Firstly, on this thing's go, Aldin, give me a reflex save.
Okay. Hell yeah. That's a 44.
44, yeah. You pass, and you're only going to take half damage as the etheric bolt. There's like a shockwave as it happens a round after for 40, or sorry, you take half, so 20 points of damage. And it focuses on you, and another bolt comes down for you, Bechamel, as it uses a 2-point action, which does not provoke an attack of opportunity, for 71 points of damage.
Oofa doofa.
As just this amber arc like lances down from the sky, it hits you. This thing turns to look at you, bites into its own arm, and flings a blade of blood at you. Give me a reflex save.
Is it still adjacent to me?
Yeah, so you can take an attack of opportunity for this as well.
All right. How does a 61 do?
You hit.
195 points of damage. The blade sort of, as it, like I see what it's doing, I know I'm going to take this hit, so it's like, cool, if I'm going to shed blood, so are you. The blade flashes out, catches it sort of in its chest on its robes as he's biting into his arm, and how much do I take from this blade of blood?
You take 31 points of damage as like it bites into its arm, and like as amber blood starts to pool down its arm, just like a lance of it goes like straight through your chest.
Ugh.
And grinning, it just like looks up at you like orange dripping or amber dripping from its teeth. Aldin, it's your go.
Okay. Now it's time, baby. Aldin swirls up in the air in like a corkscrew. And as he does, he raises his gun up, points it down at the mage, and pulls the trigger 3 times. And then there's a slight delay as 3 etherical bolts come crashing down on him for maximum damage. 100, 200, 300.
So 300 total.
That's my squire for you. What a good lad.
Yeah, this guy, as he bites into his arm, and you see that this does damage. Like he's hurting himself to cast this like blood magic, but seemingly all confidence right up until 3 bolts from the sky fucking rock him as he's like shaken, stumbling, and you see him start to bleed again, just in a non-intentional sense. You also see these like bolts like strike down and like start to like break the backs of the bodies that he's standing on, and the palanquin starts to like rock. Anything else you're doing, Aldin?
Nope, I'm using all 6 of my actions to call down 3 bolts.
Amazing. You see the fighter that remained die, and then you see the gray man standing there, and he's like, who needs help more? And he looks between you guys.
Probably me. Probably me.
Help the boy, Mr. Gray Man.
He looks over. The boy's fine. He's having a nap. The boy's like struggling desperately.
No, not the boy. I meant the squire. My squire. Bad boy.
Okay, sure. And then all sound cuts off as you see a fist burst right through that bag. And you see another hand reach out and start to pull it across. And the gray man jumps over, grabs the hand that's reaching out, and you see his like cloak and his robe swell as he's trying just to hold that one hand in place. And he just goes, actually, I'm gonna be here for a minute. End this quick. And he's holding whatever it is that's trying to get out of the bag in place. Ishmael, it's your go.
All right, we'll make it quick so you can hold back that evil god, perhaps. As I make 2 attacks against our friend here. How does a 51 do?
He bats the sword out of the way as you come in with those overly long fingers as if it's nothing.
How does this 58 do?
How are you hitting him?
Okay, the blade, once again, I'm missing. He hasn't struggled this hard against an opponent, I think, in this lifetime since he's been with Daryl. So he's excited. He's like, yes, I'm being challenged. I'm being pushed. Bechamel von Zutenberg can only get better. And I feel getting cocky. I'm going for a headshot. Can't bite your flesh if you don't have a jaw. That's going to be 113 damage.
As you rip and its jaw goes flying off, like sailing into the distance, and it doesn't even look phased. It's like gushing blood from its jaw. It's got puncture wounds from these etheric bolts. It's like bleeding out the wrist. For all you can tell, very close to death, and it's just, even the muscles that are left are still grinning, even though you can't quite tell without the bottom jaw.
All right, that is it for me.
Sure. The one in front of you, Dane, you see it kind of grin, and then it assumes that same kind of like lightning stance that you've done before and zips towards you to make an attack. It comes in for a 48.
Yeah, that hits. For sure.
9 points of damage, and then it's going to do a full attack. That is 47 to hit, 8 points of damage. That is 27.
27, I don't think does it.
That is 33.
Yeah, that hits.
7 points of damage. And then the last one just absolutely whiffs. And then the other one, same thing, same lightning stance, just zips in. It's going to do a 56, which will hit. 6 points of damage. A 48.
Yep.
7 points of damage. 41.
Yep.
1 point of damage. 33. 7 points of damage. And then this is the last attack.
Use your trap card.
Lightning stance away from him this time.
Okay. As, he comes in and he's missing anyway.
I will make my attack. Jesus, I was rolling so well at the start. I assume this doesn't hit. I don't think it hit last. This is less than last time, I think. That's a 35.
Not going to hit. Bechamel.
Yes.
They're going to use their +4 against you.
I take attack first. How does a 47 hit?
47 does not hit. How does a 53 hit?
Well, I will deflect that. What did you roll?
53.
I rolled a 57. I blocked that. So,
as you try to attack, it counterattacks. You parry it. It's going to do another attack. Can you keep going on parries?
Oh, yeah. Oh, baby. I've never even been close to using all my points between all my nonsense. Yeah. I'm going to take an attack of opportunity first. How does... Oh, my God. This is a 60-something.
Yeah, 60-something will hit.
65 points of damage.
Yeah, as you slam into this guy, he's going to try to attack you third time.
I will parry. I'm getting very close because I haven't had my turn yet. So that's going to be a 47, 57.
Yeah, you beat it. And then his last one, which is also...
I'm out of points.
It's a miss anyway. They take a -10 per thing, so it goes down real hard. And then the final one moves in. You can't parry anymore?
I can attack of opportunity, but that's it.
All right. 47.
47 is going to hit me. Does a 49 hit it?
49 does not hit it.
Oh, then that's, then I just take a hit.
You take 1 point of damage.
Oh, God.
32?
Oh, then no. Yeah, we're good.
I assume 31 is not going to do it.
Nope, 32 is where I'm at. So, Bechamel's surrounded, taking all these hits, just swinging his sword, parrying, cackling. He's like, ha ha ha, my dreams are coming true.
Roll me a look check, one of you.
You do it. I did the last one.
An 18.
Amazing. You see the gray man slowly trying to force this arm back into the bag as the priest sees this happening, raises its hands again, and a bolt's going to come down on Aldin, a bolt's going to come down Bechamel, and a bolt's going to come down on the gray man. You're going to take 11 points of damage, Aldin, and you're going to take 41 points of damage, Bechamel. And that is its go. Aldin, it's your go.
The priest has to give me a reflex save, please.
Ooh, that's not very high. 20?
Nope. He takes another 300 points of damage as my spell recycles.
Jesus Christ. How do you kill him?
Yes.
As he slams these bolts down on the three of us, once again, I pull out those 3 empty cartridges, collect a little bit of that energy, and as it hits all 3 of us, this time not using my gun, I just whole hand out, and you get to see sort of Aldin's actual magical ability.
A wizard.
Come full force and just what's that spell in Elden Ring? The fucking Comet Azure, just full torrent of blue aether bolts directly into this mage, setting him just fucking flying off this paladin.
Yeah, you absolutely decimate this fucking mage as like it erupts, like parts of it fly off. The palanquin collapses as Bechamel like goes down victoriously on top of it. You see the amber light flicker on the ground and also in the heads of these things that are fighting you as they stumble and like fall insensate to their knees. You see the bag suddenly stop struggling and the gray man shoves his hand in, rips the bag down and just like stabs a sword through it, holding it in place. Everything goes quiet for a second. Aldin, give me a will save.
Don't go back in time now, Aldin.
That is a 33.
You feel something huck behind your spine and start to pull you. Bechamel, you see this chain attached to him now. As the gray man sees it too, you have a second to act.
I dash over at lightning speeds and I bring my sword up. I'm going to try to cut the chain.
All right, give me a damage roll.
That's going to be 174 damage.
Yeah, you cut right through this chain as Aldin, you know this feeling. You're being pulled back to that fucking tavern, and all of a sudden the weight is gone. That feeling around your spine is gone as you hear that ticking stop. And you look around and you see Bechamel standing there, and you see shards of this chain sinking into the ground. And then you both feel a hand around your shoulders, and the gray man looks between you and goes, "Yeah, you can stay. I got 2 seekers now."
No, hold on, no.
We're seekers. That seems noble.
Indigo. You said that if we helped you, you would help me get to Indigo.
Yeah, we're going to go in to go seek.
No, we made a deal.
You'll get to Indigo eventually. Did you put a timeline on the deal? Oh, bad move. And he claps you on the back and he walks over and he just starts looting the corpses.
I'm glad I didn't lose my greatest squire I've had in about 4.5 lives.
Hey, haven't you noticed that there's no danger anymore?
Oh. Well, oh man, I'm so sorry, Mr. Rhys. That was really rude. I'm glad you're not gone, though. I'm really glad that you didn't get hooked.
We are going. I will find Indigo whether you help me or not.
Mr. Rhys, I understand why you want to be an Indigo, but Bechamel's really excited because we get to do something no one's ever done. We're in a place that no one's ever been, and we have a job that no one's ever had. I think Bechamel's a madman, but this is a life I have to live. I want to be doing something new and exciting. Don't you agree? You're free.
I just sit down on the ground and I put my hand into the grass and I say, okay, technically, this is the Starfields, and previously I was not able to get into the Starfields. So, technically, this is a win. This is progress.
Mm-hmm.
And I flop back down into the grass, just like full, like spread eagle. And I just say, holy shit, I made progress.
All My Best Friends Are Digital is a podcast about video games and the stories they tell. Every week we cover a retro title,
where Mark finds a way to bring up Terry Bogard or aspect ratios,
and Caitlin grudgingly acknowledges that there are games other than Square RPGs.
We do a feature review of a recent release and also chat about what we've been playing lately. We love the stories and memorable characters that video games bring us.
Garrus Vakarian will never love you the way he loves me.
Sometimes a little too much. Join us every week for All My Best Friends Are Digital,
wherever you find your podcasts.